peace and love and happiness and harmony. Welcome to This Week in Linux. If you hadn't noticed, there's a brand new post on thisweekinlinux.com by a brand new author, jfalco. This is actually a friend of mine who's in the Linux group that I help run. Well, the post is entitled Why I Love Fedora, and actually it's all about yours truly. Yes, the other night I ran an update on my Fedora laptop and something happened, some KDE libraries got updated, and Kdenlive, my main video editor, stopped working. Of course, I panicked because, you know, that's my bread and butter. That's what I use to do all of my video editing for This Week in Linux. If you've recently upgraded your system and your Kdenlive has stopped working, you might have the same issue. Fedora upgraded me to the KDE 4.4 libraries with the Qt 4.6 libraries, and for some reason the version of Kdenlive that I had, you could drag items into the timeline and they would not stay in place. You could drag them anywhere you wanted to, they wouldn't snap anything, and it was broken. Well, I mentioned it in passing in the channel that is associated with my Linux user group, and jfalco, one of the guys in the group, said, why don't you contact RX? He's actually going to be taking over the Kdenlive project on RPM Fusion. So I went into the RPM Fusion channel, I posted my question, I asked, what can I do about this? The guy said, well, I haven't taken over the project yet, but I'd be glad to help you out. Within about 10 minutes, he created an RPM for me, I tested it out, my problem was solved, a new version of Kdenlive installed, and the day was saved. So a big thanks to RX in the RPM Fusion channel, a big thanks to jfalco, who's actually a member of the Fedora marketing team and is a member of my Linux user group, and a big thanks to the idea of community in general. That's what the post comes down to, the idea that we are all connected in this open source world, and it's so nice to be able to help one another out, and when you have a problem, to be able to fix it, or to know somebody who knows how to fix it. The second point associated with all this is there's a new poster on my website, jfalco. This actually opens the door for any of you guys. If any of you have ever wanted to write for a Linux blog, wanted to get your name out there, wanted to gain some popularity, feel free to contact me. Send me a message on Twitter, go to thisweekinlinux.com and click on the chat button and log in. You'll come into the chat room that I actually run. Send me a message on the Facebook fan group, any sort of thing you want to do. Basically, the way it'll work, if you're interested in writing for the site, I will create an account for you on the site. You can post whatever you want to post. If it's not too inflammatory, not too derogatory, whatever, I will post it to the site. And if your idea is actually newsworthy, I might just take it and create a video from it and give you credit. And no, don't assume that I'm running out of ideas, because I have tons. I've just had quite a few people ask me, can I write for your website? And I don't want to turn people away. I don't want to turn away the idea of having a larger community see my websites. Anyway, that's all for This Week in Linux. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.